one, we have 48 items. Day 2, 390.
I'm going home.
So, fourth place goes to the 22 items, goes to Arctic Wolf. Third place, with 37 items, goes to the Penguins. Second place goes to, with 106 items, goes to the Seals. First place, 154 items, Arctic Fox.
Keep up the good work so I can go home.
Good job, everyone. Thank you.
All right, if you keep working hard, we're going to send the bundle home. Okay, now everybody has to be quiet now because we're going to start the drama, okay? But we need to do one thing before we start. There's going to be some people walking around you, so we need you to kind of move in, make sure there's nobody outside the lines, okay? So let's quiet down now. Everybody quiet? Everybody quiet? Okay, let's start the drama.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back. I'm eager to hear what happens next in Operation Arctic, aren't you? Yeah! Well, let's get back to the story, shall we? Chapter 2, Unexpected Visitors. It's the next morning and Walt is about to wake up. I said, Walt is about to wake up. No. Don't go back to sleep. It's time to get up. Hey, Tech Crew, can you give me a rooster crow? What else do you have? Nothing? All right, it's time to get serious. Should I? You have got to be kidding me.
How did I get wet?
Well, you awful. Here's a towel, look. After work, it's up.
She follows the same
Every morning.
First, he
boots on. Then he brushes his teeth.
Maybe I won't this morning.
Then he brushes his teeth.
Oh, all right.
Combs his hair.
Good enough.
And makes his bed.
Do I have to?
Yes, you have to. Then he gets some breakfast.
What shall I have for breakfast today?
Let's do moose jerky.
Moose jerky? I was thinking pancakes.
No, no time for pancakes. We gotta keep things moving.
Oh, all right.
Then he reads a book while he eats his breakfast.
A book? But I've read them all.
Not your new one.
New one?
Yeah, the one that Dusty brought you yesterday.
But that's the Bible. I'm not very religious. And besides, I know all about the Bible.
Really?
It's not like I've never went to church before. I know all about Daryl and the lion's den, and Moses being swallowed by a whale.
Wow, I'm impressed. Tell me more.
Like what?
Well, do you know any Bible verses?
Oh, that's easy. God helps those who help themselves.
Oh yeah, from Second Hesitations, right?
Right. See? I know what I'm talking about.
Well, actually you don't.
What?
Well, first of all, it was Daniel in the lion's den, not Daryl. And Jonah was the one who was swallowed by a great fish. And God helps those who help themselves isn't in the Bible, and there's no such thing as second hesitations.
Okay, fine. I don't know that much about the Bible. Is it really such a big deal? What difference is it going to make?
Are you kidding me? Are you actually wondering if God's written word, a book that's changed the world, can make a difference in your life?
Change the world? What do you mean?
Well, just look around. Because of the Bible, you've got the establishment of hospitals and orphanages, the development of higher education, the rise of modern science, not to mention its enormous influence on language, art, music, and literature. It's also produced a whole slew of missionary and caring organizations that have served the needs of people all over the world.
Wow, I had no idea.
And did you know that the American system of government and many of our laws are based on principles from the Bible? In fact, the history of America and many other countries would be completely different if it weren't for the Bible.
Really?
Yes, but more important than all of that is the fact that countless millions of people have found faith in God and will be in heaven or are already there. So you see, like a light in the darkness, the Bible has made a huge difference. But the question is, can it make a difference in your life? Absolutely.
Wow, that's given me a lot to think about. But right now, I need to go track my traps.
Well, all right. Well, while Ron leaves to check his traps, some rather unwelcome guests traveling far from their home arrive in search of an old plane crash site. Their leader hails from New York City, and her name is Bobby Escobar. Hey, how you doing? And traveling with her are the infamous Tomato Brothers.
Some people say tomato. We don't like that.
Say hello to Rico and Ralphie.
I'm Rico, and this is Ralphie.
No, I'm Ralphie. This is Rico.
I just said that.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Cut it out!
Sorry, boss. It won't happen again.
Well, as the story goes, sometime during the winter of 1974, a small plane flying over northern Alaska went down in an epic snowstorm. Only 3 survived the crash, a pilot and 2 passengers, who quickly dug a hole and buried their cargo in the ground nearby. The pilot was never told what the cargo was, but figured it must have been something of extreme value, like gold.
Gold. Now that's what I'm talking about.
Shh, she's trying to tell a story. Sadly, when the rescue team arrived, only the pilot had survived the freezing temperatures. For years, he never told anyone about the buried treasure, hoping to return someday to claim the prize for himself. But he was never well enough to do so. Then, just before he died, he shared the story with the only family member he liked, his niece Bobby. The same Bobby who's finally come to claim the treasure that's been hidden all these years beneath the Arctic snow.
Why does the Arctic have to be so cold? That's what I want to know.
I told you to wear long johns.
Long johns? How are they supposed to keep you warm? You know, I would need at least a couple dozen of them. They're only this big. And besides, they'd be sticky with all the icing and cream filling.
What? No, not donuts. Long underwear.
Long underwear? Why didn't you say so in the first place?
I did.
Would you two knock it off?
Sorry, boss. It won't happen again.
Now, according to GPS, we should be getting close. Really close.
Hear that? We're getting close. Keep your eyes open.
What do you think I'm gonna do? If I didn't, I'd run into a tree.
Stop following me so closely.
Sorry, boss. It won't happen. So, you really think we're gonna find gold?
Would I come all the way to the North Pole if I didn't think so?
No, of course not.
Shh, look, over there.
A cabin?
Hey, where do you think you're going?
I just want to get warm.
Oh, no, you don't. Get back in line. Stop thinking about yourself all the time and remember why we came up here.
Okay. So, Doc, why did we come up here?
The cabin must be new. It's not showing on GPS.
Is that a problem?
Yeah, it's a problem, all right. First of all, we're in the Arctic wilderness. There isn't supposed to be people up here. Secondly, it looks like the cabin is built directly over the crash site. Figures, why can't anything be easy?
So what do we do now?
Lunch sounds good. I'm starving.
You can't be starving. We just had breakfast.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Can't you?
Quiet! I don't want anyone to know we're here. Things have gotten more complicated now, so we have to be smart about this.
Okay, boss. You figure it out and then tell us what to do.
Yeah, you figure it out and tell us what to do.
I just said that.
I just said that.
Would you stop copying me?
Stop copying.
Enough! What is wrong with you two?
Sorry, boss.
Now, I've got to get closer to get a better reading. You boys stay here. Think you can do that?
Yep, you can count on us. Ralphie, get back here.
are you doing?
I want to come with you. I'm scared.
I'll give you something to be scared about. Now get back there. Can you believe it? What are the odds?
Now, Walt had no idea he had built his cabin directly over an old plane crash site. The vegetation had long grown back, and none of the wreckage had remained.
Thanks for going out of your way to make it hard for us.
Sorry.
So the gold's buried under the cabin, huh?
Yep.
Well, better luck next time.
Where are you going?
Home.
Get back here. We're not going anywhere. We didn't come all the way to the Arctic Circle to leave empty-handed.
Hi, someone's coming.
And that someone is Walt, who's returning to his cabin after checking all the animal traps he sent various places. He often returns with a rabbit, a fox, or a beaver, but he didn't catch anything this time.
Looks like a hermit to me.
A hermit? What's that?
Someone who lives alone and far away from everyone.
Well, what fun is that?
That's okay. The odds are in our favor. There's 3 of us and only 1 of him.
Not so fast. Here comes a bush plane. This is unbelievable. You think you're all alone up here in the Arctic Circle, but instead, it's like Grand Central Station. Remind me to make a reservation next time. Come on, we'll set up camp and come back later.
Do we have s'mores tonight?
S'mores? I want popcorn.
S'mores are better than popcorn.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Quiet! Good grief! What was I thinking when I decided to bring you two along?
Sorry, boss. It won't.
I know, it won't happen again, but it always does.
And off they go to set up their camp and eat s'mores or popcorn or both, I guess. Then, very unexpectedly, Dusty approaches the cabin.
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Wonder. It's me, Dusty.
Dusty, what are you doing here?
I just found this piece of mail addressed to you. Must have fallen out of the mail sack. I'm so sorry.
It's probably fine. You could have done your next delivery.
No, you see, it was postmarked over a month ago. That's why I did come immediately. I just hope it's not too late.
It's probably fine. But I wonder who it's from. Can't seem to make out the return address.
Yeah, sorry about that. We had a little scuffle with the polar bear.
A polar bear? Really?
Oh yeah, but could have been a lot worse. A couple weeks ago, we had a grizzly rip the side off of one of our planes and it was tinfoil.
Wow.
I know, never the lot, and I love it. Well, I'll let you read your letter. I gotta get to Fairbanks before lunch.
Okay, Dusty. Be careful.
I always am.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
So, as Dusty returns to her bush plane, Walt returns to the one from his cabin. Living in the wilderness, he doesn't receive much mail. So, when he does, he wastes no time opening it.
Wow, this is interesting. What? Oh no! This is terrible! This is a disaster!
And that's the end of the chapter. So, if you want to know what was